welcome back to my channel. We are here for the very last favorites video of 2017. That's just so crazy to me, as it I know is crazy to all of you. I hope everyone who celebrates Christmas had an absolutely amazing Christmas. We did, as we always do. And my first favorite, as I said, is our little puppy Zeus. He is an English Mastiff. He's 11 weeks old. And he is currently 30 pounds. He is huge. That's about 10 pounds heavier than Moose was at that age. He's got huge paws. He's just a big boy. We're guesstimating him to be around 210 when he is fully grown. So I'm gonna, you can probably hear my kids down there yelling at him or playing with him. I'm going to head on over to a clip right now. If you don't care about that clip, I'll put a timestamp of when the favorites start.
What you got? Huh? What you got? Huh? You got your stick? Huh? You got a stick, buddy? Aw. I love you. Zeus. Hey, buddy. I love you.
Okay, so let's get into the favorites. I actually have a few drugstore favorites this month, which is really not at all like me. And I have a couple books, but I'll save those to the end. We'll start with makeup. I didn't do like a yearly favorites because I honestly feel like my top fives that I do every month are basically, you can accumulate all of those and that will be my yearly favorites. So I felt like it would either be repetitive or it would be a spoiler as to what my updated top fives are before we get to that month, if that makes sense. So hopefully y'all are okay with just a monthly favorite. So to start things off on a fabulous note, I'm going to show you something that you can't get because that's just a super nice thing to do, isn't it? In all honesty, there's a story behind it that will lead into another one of my favorites that you can get, and I just wanted to kind of get this out of the way because there's a couple announcements with it as well. This palette is an eyeshadow palette. It came with a brush, but it's about to fall out, so I'm going to take that out. That I fell in love with so hard this month that it made me decide to actually become a rep for this company. And it's the Beautycounter Essential Nudes eyeshadow palette. I've talked about it in some other videos. I think I even used it in my natural makeup video. I had it, what did I have it in? I had it on in my, I think the eyeshadows that I carry in my kit video. So you've seen it a lot. I have worn it a lot. I believe it was at least 2.5 weeks straight that I wore this eyeshadow palette and nothing else. It has some serious dents in some of the colors already. But anyways, this is a limited edition, or was a limited edition. They did just bring it back last week, but it lasted like a day. That's how popular it is. Now, I had tried powder products from Beautycounter in the past. Their bronzer's okay. Swatching their duo eyeshadows and blushes, I was absolutely not impressed. And I was told from someone pretty high in the company that they are switching all of their powder products over to this formula. Their eyeshadows, their bronzers, their blushes, everything that's powder, they are switching over to this formula because they had such a high response to the formula of this palette. Another palette that they have that I think you can still get is the Winter Jewels palette. It's set up in a little bit of a different way, but the same great formula. Now, I did approach my friend who sells Beautycounter and say, you know what, I love this so much. I do like a few of the other things, the foundation and stuff. I think I want to just sign up to be a rep so I have the ability to like sell to clients if they're interested, because every single time somebody asks, what are you using on me? Where can I get it? And it would just be easy for me to sell it to them and just to offer safer products for friends and family. Now, when I say safer, I mean they have a list of, they call the never list, and it's a list of things that they think should never be in products. And it's because the US, I think, only regulates, if I'm correct, the numbers may be skewed a little bit, but you'll get the idea. 1,400 products, or no, 1,400 ingredients from their cosmetic and beauty products. Canada bans 4,000 ingredients, and I believe in Europe it's something like crazy, like 10,000 or more ingredients. So that's how far behind kind of the US is in regulating what they put in their cosmetics. And so it's just, they don't add the never ingredients on their never list. I know that there's dimethicone. They say, you know, we do use some synthetic ingredients, and because they are more of a cleaner, non-toxic, you're still going to find ingredients that may not work for your skin. I had someone say that there was an ingredient in the foundation that actually was not good for acneic skin. I will say that I know a lot of people personally that have acneic skin and have never broken out from that foundation. But a lot of natural products will have coconut oil or, you know, comedogenic products that some people can't use. That goes with everything. So I just suggest you do read the labels. It's just they are trying to give safer ingredients to people. I've gone on and on and on about this. Okay. So I love those eyeshadow palettes. I signed up to be a rep. I'm going to put my website down below, and I also have a separate email if you have any questions about it. I'm starting, or have already started, a separate YouTube channel. This channel is not going to turn into a Beautycounter channel. I know that's not what you signed up for. It's not what you subscribed for. It's not what I'm going to do. I'm keeping with the conventional products. I'm not changing anything about this channel. So I wanted to start something totally different. If you're interested in following me there and learning more about safer, it's Clean Beauty with Mandy Davis. Cleaner products and Beautycounter products, then be sure and subscribe to me there. I also started a separate Instagram. So I just didn't want to bombard all of y'all with it, but I did want to let you know that I have started that. And it goes into my next favorites, which happen to be Beautycounter. If they are favorites, I will talk about them on this channel in the favorites. But the Balancing Charcoal Facial Mask and the Balancing Facial Oil are absolutely phenomenal. I posted about this on both Instagrams. I had some, I feel like ever since I've used the Osmosis skincare, and I know it's not still because of the Osmosis skincare, but I've battled with clogged pores around this area of my face, underneath my neck, and then I had some hormonal acne going on. I used this mask one time, and all of it was completely gone. I love to use the oil either before moisturizer, mixed in with moisturizer, before makeup, just like you would use any facial oil, but I really feel like these products have helped immensely. I know a lot of y'all who have followed me on Instagram have already purchased these, and I would love to hear what you think about them as well. The next favorite is actually a shampoo. I have been using Kerastase for a while, but Sephora had this as one of their Black Friday kind of deals, and it was too good to pass up. It was a shampoo, conditioner, and a heat protectant spray for like 10 bucks. I bought 4 of them because the deal, the value was too good. And it's the Alterna Caviar Anti-Aging Replenishing Moisture Shampoo and Conditioner. I've talked about these before, but it's been quite a while because it's been a while since I used them. Hands down, still my favorite shampoo. I'm not kidding you. I noticed my hair stopped falling out as much. I didn't have as much down in the drain at the end of the shower. When I brushed through after I used this, I didn't have as much in it. This morning, the small ones I had in my shower were out, and so I used my Kerastase, and I feel like at least 3 times the amount of hair came out. This is sulfate-free, paraben-free, free of synthetic color. I don't even know if Kerastase is sulfate-free, is it? I don't know. All I know is that this is hands down my favorite. When I run out of the little one, holy cow. When I run out of the little ones, I'm going to purchase the big ones for sure because it's way cheaper than Kerastase, even though it is a little bit higher in price, and it just works better for my hair. I think my mom just got here. I didn't even know she was coming over. Okay. These are 2 products that I started loving this year, or not this year, but I guess this month. Since we are talking about monthly favorites, get it together. I'm like out of it because I know that I now have people at my house. This is the Milk Makeup Cream Bronzer in Baked. I've talked about this a lot, but I haven't talked about it in a while. I don't tend to use cream bronzers and contours as much in the summer because I have more color and I just don't feel like I need it. But now that I've lost a lot of my color, I do feel like it works so well to put that color back in. This one is so lovely with this brush. This is a mini airbrush blurring foundation brush from It Cosmetics. It came with like a free gift from Ulta. I have the big version of this too that I absolutely love for foundation, but this being mini works great to pick up product from the bronzer, which is how I prefer to use this. I don't like to draw it on my skin and then blur it out. I like to pick it up on the brush from the actual product and then place it on my face. Absolutely beautiful, basically blends itself. They do have 2 colors in this. If you need something darker, this is the lighter color. I liked it so much when I first bought this over a year ago that I bought another one for my kit, and I use it all the time. All the time. Okay, this is a brush that randomly showed up at my house, and I want to know if this happened to anybody else. It came from Charlotte Tilbury, and I'm like, I didn't order anything from Charlotte Tilbury. Why is this coming for me? And then I thought, well, they didn't email me about PR or anything, so it's not that. I opened it. There wasn't any kind of like note, except there was like a Merry Christmas for being a loyal customer. So I don't know if you spent a certain amount of money at Charlotte Tilbury, if they sent you this or what. That's all it said. No packing slip, no nothing. But it's the Hollywood Complexion brush from Charlotte Tilbury. I believe this is one of the newer launches that she came out with when she launched the Hollywood Contour and Highlight wands that she has. I used it thinking, it's gonna be fine. Holy cow, this brush is so good. It is so good. I have not used a foundation with it that it does not apply flawlessly. It does not require to go over with a beauty blender because it does not give you streaks. And it's small, so you will have to work a little bit like longer on your face. It doesn't cover a huge amount, but it would be also perfect for contour and highlight. And then this other end, when I ran out of my Maybelline corrector, I was using my Tarte corrector until I remembered to buy it again. And so I would use this other end for the Tarte, to pick up the Tarte corrector and place it under my eye. Again, another flawless thing. I don't even know how much this costs. Like I said, it was sent to me very randomly, but I'm so glad that it was because I really have been loving this brush. I use it almost every day now. Okay, let's talk about my 3 favorite drugstore products this month, and then we will be finished with the video. The first one, when I did my top 5 blushes, and my favorite being the Tom Ford Inhibition blush, someone commented and said that they had heard that the Essence Satin Blush in Satin Love was a dupe for Tom Ford. So I said, well, I'm gonna check it out because Essence is cheap. This was like $2.99. So I did. I purchased it the next time I ordered from Ulta. This is what it looks like. So again, it's the Essence Satin Love blush in Satin Touch blush in Satin Love. I do not believe this is a dupe for the Tom Ford Inhibition. I'm sorry to say. I think this is much pinker. I swatched them right next to each other. I even wore one on each cheek one time, and I just found that the Tom Ford Inhibition blended out a little bit better and had more of a peachier undertone. However, this is no less wonderful, especially for the price. I'm kind of upset because I think there's only 2 colors now, at least the last time I checked, so I don't know if they're discontinuing this or what, which would be my luck. But holy cow, for $2.99, this blush is amazing. It's what I have on my cheeks today. I do have a Beautycounter cream blush underneath it, but it is so good. $2.99, Essence rarely lets me down. I really do like their products. Now, these next 2 things, I have had these for months. And when I say months, I want to say like 6 months. I just pulled them out of my drawer in December because I forgot I had them. And because the foundation that I got from this line was a little bit lighter, so I knew I wasn't going to be able to wear it in the summer anyways. I have not worn another bronzer the entire month of December that I know of, at least for 3 weeks. I may have worn a different one to film one day, and I know I traveled to my in-laws for one night and I took another one because I was afraid this was going to break. That's how much I like this. It is the Note Cosmetics bronzing powder in number 20. So it looks like this. They have a couple of different bronzing powders, but this is the Big Mama Jamma. And I didn't take it because it was broken a little bit when I first received it in the mail right up here. And so I thought, well, it's probably fragile and I like it so much. This is what I have on my face today. I believe this is the middle color. I think they have 10, 20, and 30. I will be purchasing the 30 for the summer because this is how much I like it. It is got a tiny bit of a sheen to it, but it's not a shimmer at all. It's just not a super flat matte. I put a little chunk in the middle because I've used it so much. It blends flawlessly with every single brush that I've used with it. It gives the right amount of coverage or color. It's not too much because when I don't have as much color, I don't want to put so much bronzer on my face that it looks obvious. It looks like there's natural color on my face. I love this bronzer. Holy cow, I love it so much. And I love this powder just as much. I'm telling y'all, I think I've used this powder almost every day in December, unless I'm testing out foundations, which I'm doing right now, and trying out different powders with them like I always do. I have used this powder. I have used it so much that this is Note as well, sorry. It's the Luminous Silk Compact Powder in Sand. I've used it so much that there was the word Note embossed in there, but you cannot see it anymore because I have just used the snot out of this powder. It does not look like powder. It's one of those ones that you can put on your face 18,000 times during the day and you will never look like you have powder on your face. It will not cake up. It has worked wonders over every single foundation I have put it on. It lays perfect. It doesn't need touch-ups throughout the day, but it does give a nice, almost like the Hourglass powders, but this sets better than the Hourglass powders. Like, I don't set my makeup with Hourglass. I'll set my under eyes, but my whole face, I won't set it because I don't feel like it's a finishing powder. It's not meant for setting. This one it just says compact powder, but I believe it is meant for setting. So it sets the makeup better, but it still gives that really nice airbrush look to your face. Again, I have it on today. I absolutely love this powder. Again, I'm in the color Sand, and I believe both of these are like $11. I'm probably out of focus on every single, like, I can't get this freaking camera to focus. But I think both of these are like $11 each. Highly worth it. They are buy one, get one half off at Ulta a lot, so I might wait for that if I were you, but I also have a foundation of theirs that I'm liking. So, you know, it's a good line. I have eyeshadows, but I haven't tried them. Now, a couple of books that I have absolutely loved these past few months. One of them is actually a trilogy. I remember asking what some of y'all's book recommendations were in one video a few months back, and somebody mentioned this trilogy, and I'd heard of it before from a friend, and so I was like, I'm finally going to pick it up. Holy cow. It's called The Mark of the Lion trilogy. It's by Francine Rivers. She's a Christian author. If anybody's ever read or heard of Redeeming Love, I think that's probably her most popular novel. She is a fiction writer, and this trilogy is set in Rome. Probably, I think is it like 40 AD, I think. I think it goes from like 40 to 70 AD. I don't know exactly, but that's the gist of the timeline. If you're a history buff and you like the Bible, this is like, it was like candy to me. Like, it was so much fun reading this book. I would Google along with it to see what some of the stuff they were talking about looked like. It was just one of those things, just absolutely. They're very long books, but so entirely worth the read. Now, when I was done with that, I went to Amazon and I looked at like the last book, and you know how they have like recommended for you. Another book came up by a totally different author, and the name of the book is completely leaving me right now, and my phone is not up here with me, so I will insert a picture and obviously link it down below. But this was kind of the same type of book. It was another Christian book, but this was based in the time of the Exodus, and it's about an Egyptian slave girl, and it goes through her life in Egypt during the plagues, which was so interesting to hear kind of another kind of take on what it was like during the plagues. And then she actually crosses the Red Sea with the Hebrews, and it tells of her disbelief, because obviously Egyptians believed in many different idol gods, pagan gods, and to her belief. And it was such a fascinating story. So, the minds of some of these authors just completely amaze me. So I just wanted to share that with you because I know a lot of y'all have been gracious enough to share your books with me, so I wanted to share my books with you. So that, my friends, is my favorites for the month of December. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for just hanging out with me this year. It was a fun year, and I know next year is going to be just as much more fun, because that's my goal in life, for each year to be better than the last. So I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas. Have a wonderful New Year, although I'm sure I'll see you before that. And thank you so much for watching. As always, go out and have a very blessed day.